I think we have 9 vowels, but we have 18 vowel sounds because they all have a long and short.
Mm.
And some of them can be very close. And I'll come back to your second part of the question in a minute.
Mm.
But some of them are very close, but some of them are also very clear, like clearly different, like a long A and a short A. That's quite a big difference. It's the difference between ah and ah. And you can see on my mouth, ah, ah. Like it's quite ah, ah. Quite a big difference in the shape of the well, the lips and the tongue is, the back of the tongue is really low, but then it sort of relaxes a bit for the short A. So those ones are really clear. Some of them can be a bit more like, yeah, the difference between, I don't know, a long E and a short E. I can hear the difference, but I can see that it's like closer. Or a short Y and a long Y, that kind of thing. I think we, as we've been sort of brought up in Sweden, I think you do this with all languages, but for us, Swedish is very vowel heavy. And as you know, we drop consonants, so it becomes more vowel heavy. And we just develop this almost like acute, sort of capability to pick up like really small frequency differences. But I don't think that we are aware of it. And that's why when someone says, huh? What? And then you say it, and then they say it, and you're like, well, that was close enough for me. But for them, it's like really different. Yeah. So, and the way that me and Stefan work with anything to do with pronunciation and tone your Swedish is that because apparently your brain, you might not be able to hear the difference if you don't have that in your own language. It's almost like the brain is just not like trained to do it. But what you can do is you can learn physically, anatomically, to find the right position, and you can feel it. So at least you feel it and you know that you're in the right spot, even if your ear is a bit like, oh, you can hear that, but you can get the sort of physical feedback. And that's often a more reliable way to pronounce than just relying on your ear, because your ears are a bit, they're not so reliable actually. And that's why the listen and repeat thing doesn't always work. When people just say after me, and it's like, well, if you don't know what to do with your tongue or your lips, then if you can't feel it, then it's difficult to replicate.